Ivana Allen, and this is for Larry Dawson's CST 100 class. This is my persuasive speech. The purpose of my speech is to persuade an audience on the importance of our right to bear arms, our Second Amendment right. Just the other day, I was driving down the street and I was behind a car, and their bumper sticker read, "If guns were outlawed, then only outlaws will have guns." I found this bumper sticker, although very simple, it was very insightful, and it is which motivated me to pick the topic I picked to discuss today. Our Second Amendment right is the right of the people to keep and bear arms. To do away with this would be an infringement on our constitutional rights. Lobbyists rally every day to get this right taken away from us. They argue that guns are dangerous, that there's more crime because of guns, they're unsafe, and I say everything's unsafe. Crime will remain the same if guns were taken away from all the honest citizens. And no gun or gun will still have crime, deaths, murders. It'll just be in some other form. There are other weapons that people can use if they want to commit crimes or kill people or do things like that. You have normal household things like knives, bats, hammers, even alcohol. It can be considered a weapon because it has been used and has killed people before. There's drunk drivers that get in their car and drive and kill innocent families that are driving down the street. But alcohol isn't illegal. It's still legal. You can just only drink a certain amount before it becomes illegal, but it's still obtainable. In present-day America, we're currently in a recession. People are going crazy. They can't feed their families. They're doing things out of the norm that they wouldn't typically do. They're breaking into other people's homes. They're robbing them. They're holding people up at the ATM. And they're doing this to feed their family. They have no other choice. And what is to stop these people that so desperately want to feed their family from breaking into my home? If you took away my rights to own a gun, they know everyone doesn't have a gun, so what's to stop them from breaking into my home and robbing me or hurting my family in some manner? Nothing. They know you don't have a gun, so how are you supposed to protect them or fend them off? The lobbyists argue that the police are here to provide the service of protecting us. And don't get me wrong, I love our police force. I love that they come to work every day and they risk their lives to protect us. But there is a statistic that states there is one cop for every 23,000 citizens in the United States. If you ask me, that's just simply not enough to protect everyone. For instance, the other day in my neighborhood, I live in a pretty quiet neighborhood in Ocean Lakes community, and me and my husband on the couch, and we thought we heard what were gunshots outside, but it turned out later to be fireworks. We called the police before we found out what exactly they were because we were scared. We have 3 kids in the house. And it took about 20 minutes for the police to come, but they didn't come to our house. They went to our neighbor's house and knocked on the door, spoke with him for a few minutes, got in his car and left. Didn't come to our house, didn't knock on our door, didn't call us. And what if the gunshots we heard came into our house and injured one of us? He would have never known. He didn't even come to our house. Statistics also show that of the 2.4 million times citizens use their guns to defend themselves, every year 92% of these defensive uses, the mere sight of a gun or a warning shot scared the attacker enough for them to leave. Less than 8% of the time, a citizen would kill or injure the attacker. Those are good statistics if you hear me. You're not hurting anybody, and 92% of the time, just waving your gun scares them away. And so no one gets hurt or robbed. Another statistic is of the 2.4 million self-defense cases, more than 192,000 are women defending themselves against sexual abuse. Almost 200,000 women were protecting themselves by using a gun and didn't get sexually abused. I think that's some pretty good statistics. As much as I believe in our right to bear arms shouldn't be taken away from us, I do believe we should all come to a happy medium. Gun laws are a little lenient. I do think they should be a little more strict in the aspect of who can legally obtain possession of a handgun. For instance, in the case of the Virginia Tech shooting, on April 16, 2007, the shooter, Sung Hai Chow, left 32 dead and 25 wounded. He legally obtained guns days before the shooting. There were quite a few signs that Chow was mentally unstable. On December 13th of 2005, Cho was found mentally ill in need of hospitalization. Now, according to Virginia State Police, they're the headquarters in which are contacted in order for you to obtain a purchase of a gun. They check your record, they run your criminal background. However, the Virginia law states that the state police will only be notified of mental illness if they were involuntarily committed or incapacitated. In Cho's case, neither one of those applied. Cho had also submitted plays to his English teacher in which he had some twisted passages in which the dialogue was about killing over and over and over again. One being a teacher about grades. Had these incidences been made aware of to the proper authorities, the massacre of Virginia Tech could have never happened. I believe people who are deemed responsible by a certain level of criteria should be able to purchase guns. I believe credit checks should be done, job history should be done to show stability, references, police and medical records should be obtained. I also believe that those who have been on antidepressants for a period longer than 6 months should not be able to purchase and obtain a gun. In conclusion, drugs are illegal, but that doesn't prevent people from doing them. Large numbers of people from using or even distributing drugs. Therefore, if gun possession were banned, people would still find a means to obtain a gun, and they would still be able to use them.